Hey guys, it's me again. Um, I am here to kind of go over clipping mask, where the letters and all that stuff pop out. You can see the image from the back, and you can write a word or a phrase that kind of describes that. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go to your Gmail or your Google and type in Pixar. I already have, and press enter, and we're going to go to Pixar editor. Okay. One thing while you're doing these videos, if you're watching the video, separate your tab from the actual video. Drop it to the side, and it should appear like this, right? And make it smaller. If you haven't figured that little trick out already, or you can make it smaller and then play the actual video, it's gonna be like weird. Okay, you can stop. Right? You can play the video as you're actually working, so that I can be talking and you can actually be doing that. Okay? So enough explanation. Let's do this quick so that we can go and do something different with it. So let's select an image. Let's assume that you have an image. Actually, no, let's not assume. You can pause it right now. Look for an image online, anything that you want, anything that's your favorite. If you have your own computer, you can get an image from your computer. So for now, let's pause it. Oh, look, you're back. Okay, so I don't know why I paused myself. It sounded like if you wouldn't. It sounded like if I was waiting for you to unpause me. Anyway, so open image from your computer. And scroll down or look for whatever image it is that you're looking for. That might be on your desktop. If it's not on your desktop, look at someplace else. If you're using a Mac, it's got photos here and all that. You can look at photos, which unfortunately my computer will take a while. But let's use this image. All right, all the teachers kind of dressed up for Greece. And look at that handsome guy and that guy and these ladies and the ghost child. Anyway, we are going, if you notice, I can't do much to this image. I can't move it around, I can't do any of that, and that's because it's a background image and it's locked. Unlock it by clicking it, and you can name this anything you want. You can name it background if you want to. Background, and you press enter, click off it, and then you have it kind of organized. You're going to press another layer right here in the new layer panel, click on it, and then here you can go to the paint bucket tool. I want you to notice that G right next to the paint bucket tool. In fact, scroll down, look at that S right next to the clone stamp, and go up to that B. Can you guess what that is? I'll give you a second. I'm just kidding, I'm not going to give you a second. I'm trying to make this kind of fast. Press the G on your keyboard. You have paint bucket tool, right? Press the L on your keyboard, and now you have a lasso tool. See? Press the T, no, what is it? P on your keyboard and does the sponge, right? The S, remember, was the clone stamp, so you get a clone stamp tool for that, right? It's a keyboard shortcut. It's letters and stuff. Get to know these, especially if it's like something that you use a lot, it's your favorite, right? Like the V tool, or like a magnifying glass, right? So that you can do this fairly quickly, and you don't have to be like fumbling around finding where it can be through all these like mazes of drop down menus. But that's just kind of a side note. Okay, so for right now, let's just click on this, make it black, right? You go click mask layer or whatever, click off it. There we go. You have a background, and now you have a clip mask one. Now what you want to do is you want to go down here to the A, right? And if you notice, the type tool has a T for it. So instead of going straight down here, I want you to press the T. And you have your type tool. Okay? So go T is a sponge, T is a type tool, right? Get to know these. So right here, let's see, let me put this. Grease is, whoops, is the verb, right? For fans of the movie, you'll understand what I'm talking about. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, then you can probably look it up, right? It's kind of like saying grease is like the it thing to be, man. It's like the bee's knees, brother. I don't know what to say. Okay, so here we are. It says grease up here, right? This is where the words are. You're gonna right click on this. You're gonna rasterize it. The reason you want to rasterize it is because then you get to change the shape to whatever you want. And I'm going to show you why that's important. First of all, you can free transform it, which means you can make it giant. Boom, like that, look at that. Huge. This is kind of what we did in class. Giant stuff. Great. Right? And that's fine. Press escape to get out of that. Then you can go to edit. Let's go. Have you checked out this free distort? Right? What it does, it allows you to kind of bend the letters to some kind of giant mess. With me, what I'm going to do, and if you want to try this also, you can do it yourselves. I'm going to move these out like this, really distort these words a bit. Not super distorted, but distorted enough. And there we go. Drop this one slightly down, and there we go. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Press enter. You're happy with it. And now, if you wanted to free transform it, in other words, just change the size of the crazy thing, you still can, right? If you're like, I think it should be thinner and like this, then great. You can do that. For right now, I am going to try to do it like this. Possibly move it a bit, right? And there we go. So I'm happy with that, and I'll press enter. Okay, but you guys get to mess around with it as much as you want, right? Now I know that we talked about the undo button, which is your Control Z, but you can do, at least here, you can do something else. And if you don't have these windows, for some reason, press View, and then you can add the windows. Navigator is this guy right here. The Layers panel is this one. The Tools panel is this guy. Tools option, let's find out what that guy is. I don't know where he is. Can't find it. But with the history panel, instead of going to undo, clicking up here, putting Control Z, this gives you another place to change it. So you can press right here, free distort, and that will go back. You can't go forward anymore, but that'll go back. So I'll leave it as that. Now, you're going to click on the wand tool. If you notice, it's a W. The magic wand will allow you to select anything with a specific color. So let's press a W for that. You're going to click on the G, inside the G, hold down the Shift key. See how that became a plus when you held down the Shift key? And a minus when you hold down the Control key. So Shift means that you want that, Control means that you don't want this. So Shift, let's say we go, oh, I like that. We go, just kidding, I don't want that. Oops. No, just let that go. Right. So plus, right, hold down the Shift key, I'm selecting these. Okay, so hold down the Shift key. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we are. There we are. D. And exclamation mark, and you can't forget his little tiny friend, the semi-period weird thing down here. Okay, so it's all selected like this, and that is gorgeous, right? Now what you want to do is, from here, you want to click this button down here, right, the clip mask. You want to click that, which means it's this layer right here, right? Essentially, let me turn off the grease part of it. See how you still have marching ants, right? This is trying to make sure that you've selected the letters, you've kind of created little ghosts of them, and that is what you're going to take out, right? So if you press delete, it's there, right? Click on the lasso tool for quick unselect, and there we go, right? Now you can move the clip mask or the background picture if you wanted to. If you just said, I want Miss Roque's face in the E. Look at his crazy eyes, right? If you didn't like that, you can move it back, right? Or you can move the clipping mask as well. It's completely up to you. It's however you want to mess with it. You can do layer styles as we did, but remember it should be on the clipping mask selected. That allows you to change the inner glow, shift it however you want, so it's ooh spooky. Or shift the outer glow. Also, you can change the size of it if you want, hardness, opacity, and also you can switch this out if you want into the color, right? It's whatever you want. Remember which one you're selecting, okay? So you can do that sort of thing. You can change the hardness, right? You can bevel it, which does this thing to it. You change the angle of it. See how that's moving around, right? Play with this program. This program wants you to play with it. This program wants you to mess with it, okay? Now, the last thing I'm going to do is, this is not the only, don't think that you need to only cut out letters. You can literally cut out anything you want and be able to do this, right? Let me show you what I'm talking about. You can get any image you want, and I already have one. It's of an actor by the name of Hugh Laurie. Okay, if you're unfamiliar with him, it's fine. He played this character by the name of House, who's also in Tomorrowland, the movie, which is okay. Right, and I got myself brush strokes, which you can do by actually going on the internet and finding some, and taking them out the same way you do really any other image. Remember to pick large images though, okay? So leave that alone, and occasionally they give completely free brush strokes for you to actually download, but again, be careful, okay, that it's a legit site that doesn't give you viruses. It's always one of those traps for designers. Anyway, I think I will get this guy down here. This one looks nice. Remember, I can't do anything to it until I click that. And let's get a square. One. Do this to it. Thank you very much. Give it, it's like a marching ant tool. It's a marquee tool. And you're going to go to edit and cut. Close it out. I'm done with you. Thank you. Right? Hue Laurie is right here. Click on him. Click a new layer. Right? You can paint bucket whatever color you want. If you want it black, if you want it light, I don't know. It's completely up to you. Let me do some magenta, just for funsies. It's really more of a scientific term, just for funsies. Anyway, right there. Oh, where'd he go? To the magic guy. Okay, so what we're going to do then is create another new layer, right? And we will now go to edit, and we will paste that image, right? And what we're going to do is we're going to go to edit, free transform. So make it fairly large, right? And we'll go, sure, that's great. And we're going to do one thing because we need to see, I'm going to put it over his eyes. There you go, that'll work. Right. And making sure that my layer is selected, we can click on this, double click on this, and put brush. So I'm not confused. This is, I don't know, I'll call it pink. I know it's not pink. I know it's not pink. It's not freaking out. But we'll call it pink. So put the brush. We'll do the same thing we've done before, where we have our wand. If you're a no thing, you press W for wand. And you can click on the inside of this. Now you've selected the inside. If you really wanted to get into detail, you can, I'm moving it around by holding down the space key as well, right? If you wanted to get into detail, you can hold down the shift key and go, yes, this thing as well, and this part, because I want that part for some reason. I want it, it's going to lose something that it doesn't have, just random things, okay? So as I say, you can get crazy with this if you wanted to, right? Now where are we going to go? This doesn't matter anymore. Turn that off. Turn that off. Right? And click on pink. And I'm going to delete it. Now suddenly, a few Lori come looking at you. You know, like creepy and stuff. See? So now it's like a brush stroke over his eyes. Right? And if you wanted to, you can now put lettering. That. It's kind of slow for some reason. Either way, you can put lettering and type on it and do whatever you want, right? So there we are. Have fun with this. Enjoy it. Go be creative. Be awesome, guys. All right? Take care, and I'll talk to you later. Oh, I have no choice, do I? I'm just kidding. Bye.